Today we are going to look at two types of virtual manipulatives. Almost all virtual manipulatives can be categorized into two main groups. These groups were coined by Patricia Moyer, one of the leading researchers in virtual manipulative technology. According to her most recent publication, which is pictured on the screen, the two main types of virtual manipulatives are static and dynamic. Static manipulatives may resemble concrete manipulatives. For example, a static virtual manipulative might be a fraction circle, a common tool used in math classrooms. Although these tools resemble real-life manipulatives, they are simply fixed images on the screen. These types of tools cannot be changed by the user. Any change in the actual image is usually generated by the computer. These manipulatives sometimes require the user to simply submit an answer, and there is very little exploration. Let's take a look at an example of a static manipulative. Here we have the rename mixed numbers as fractions manipulative on the visualfractions.com website. This manipulative shows the user a picture of two fraction circles. The user is then asked to submit an answer in the upper right-hand corner. In this instance, the user cannot change the image. The image is only changed once the user inputs an answer. There is little exploration. The user cannot change the number of shaded parts or manipulate the circles in any way. The only thing the user can do is answer the question. In this case, 1 1/10 is the same as 11/10. When the user hits OK, the computer tells them whether they are correct or incorrect, and then the user can choose to get a new problem. Again, the user cannot manipulate the image in any way. Dynamic manipulatives are much more powerful. Just like static manipulatives, these tools may also resemble concrete tools. However, the big difference is these tools can be manipulated in the same way as their concrete counterparts. Dynamic manipulatives are interactive, and the image can be changed by the user. These manipulatives allow the user to make meaning between their actions and the data results. Because of their interactive features, these tools lend themselves to inquiry-based activities. Let's take a look. In this example, we are using the Growing Plants gizmo or virtual manipulative on the explorelearning.com website. In this example, the user has several choices. They can choose tomato plants, the user can choose bean plants, or turnip plants. The user can manipulate the number of lights each plant will receive, and the user can manipulate how much water each plant will receive daily. There are even more options when the user can decide to add fertilizer, compost, or in example C, nothing at all. The user can generate real-time data by hitting the play button. This gizmo will simulate plant growth for 50 days, and once those 50 days are up, it will also generate data for each plant. In this case, this is a dynamic manipulative because the user can manipulate the plants. They have control over what variables to add to each plant. The user also can see a direct relationship between their actions and the data. Let's review. There are two types of virtual manipulatives. Static manipulatives are virtual manipulatives that have pictures that cannot be changed. They are computer controlled mainly. They have limited functions and very little opportunities for exploration. Virtual manipulatives are much more powerful. The images can be altered, just like in the growing plants example, where you can change the type of plant that you grow or the amount of each variable. They're interactive, open-ended, and inquiry-based.